All right, we're going to talk to you today about preventing torpedo grass. Torpedo grass is a top 10 noxious weed in the state of Mississippi. So I'm sure there's a lot of interest about how do I prevent it. And there is no chemical answer, no herbicides, that's off the table. So we're going to talk about other ways that you can try to prevent it. And so there's two ways it propagates, by seed and by rhizome. So first we're going to talk about seeds. How can you prevent seeds from getting into your yard and you never had torpedo and now how can I keep it that way? I don't want torpedo. So robotic mowing is something that if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I've started talking more about that. And the reason is because there's just so many reasons that robotic mowing is good and helpful in turf care. Rather than talking to you about the benefits of robotic mowing though, I want to talk to you real quick because it's just an easy, obvious answer when it comes to torpedo control. Like, just get your own robotic mower. Then you don't have to worry about somebody else's mower bringing in those seeds to your yard. But let me just give a real quick spiel as to maybe why you shouldn't have a robotic mower, okay? You can watch the other videos on why you should consider it. It takes patience. If you don't have patience or you're concerned about losing patience with the grass cutting, then robotic mowing right now is probably not a good idea for you because it does take some patience. The first couple months can be aggravating because the mower has to learn the yard. It's going to find places that it might get stuck and you have to do some things to help the mower not get stuck. But then, the next 10 months, wonderful. Year 2, we're finding, there are some parts that you have to replace. And so you have to find somebody to mow your yard that week until you can get the mower back. So I'm just going to keep it at that to say, I'm not trying to pretend like robotic mowing is the say-all, end-all, but it is certainly something to consider, and especially when it comes to torpedo grass, because torpedo grass is a very serious deal. And so please consider that. Please ask us questions if you have questions about that. The other thing to know is scouting. That's the only other way that I can tell you can prevent torpedo from taking over, because if you can catch it early, if you can learn how to identify it, and hopefully our videos will help. There's other articles online, plenty of them on there where you can learn how to identify this stuff. But scouting, meaning, walk through your yard. Ask your mowing guy, if you do have a mower, ask him to walk through the yard and keep his eye out for it, because if you can catch it early, if you can scout well, and you can catch it, you can, make a dead spot that we'll have to fill in, the other grass will have to fill in, but that's a way to prevent it from taking over. I've seen it happen. We had one yard in Flowood specifically that for several years, he had it probably in 10 or 15 places around his yard and it didn't take over yet. And in each little spot of the yard, every time we came, we would just spot spray and kill it, and it would jump 2 or 3 feet and come up in another place. But the scouting, consistency, looking out for it, that's the only other way that you can prevent it. If you know that your neighbors have it, have a buffer strip around the edge of your yard. If your neighbor on one side has it, I don't know how you would know that. Maybe they were talking to you, or maybe you could just see it and you see it over there. It is time to get serious. If you want to be, you don't have to be serious. You can let it be your grass. A lot of people, it's just their grass and they're happy with it. But if you want to prevent it, then you're going to have a buffer strip, not just a skinny strip, but we're talking multiple feet, many feet, so that when it does try to come up underground and onto your side, you'll be able to see it and control it. And hopefully it will just start in that buffer zone. You can kill it in the buffer zone before it actually gets into your grass, because once it gets into your grass, there's just not good ways to control it. So hopefully that helps give some more information on preventing torpedo grass. If you see torpedo grass on a label that says control, please don't think that means prevent. And you really don't even need to think that it can mean that it can kill that grass without killing the other grass. We got more videos on it. Please check out our YouTube channel. Please ask a question if you have one, because that's what we're here for. We'll see you next time.